Hello and welcome to TTVNEWS, some latest events in the province. And now coming to details. Ladies and gentlemen, on the afternoon of May 7, Mr. Phạm Hùng Thái, Permanent Deputy Secretary of the Provincial Party Committee, heads of the National Assembly Delegation of TayNinhTV Province and National Assembly Delegate, including Ms. Hoàng Thị Thanh Thúy, Mr. Huỳnh Thanh Phương, and Mr. Trần Hữu Hậu, has a meeting with the departments, branches, army forces, and religions in the province before the 7 sessions of the 15th National Assembly.
Some opinions given by voters at a meeting related to contents such as road law and road traffic safety order law, regulations on penalties for alcohol concentration when participating in traffic, handling of encroachment on road traffic safety corridors, pay attention to the work of preventing traffic congestion at educational establishments. In addition, they also have comments related to the amended law on social insurance, specifically as follows: employers must be guaranteed and optimize their rights based on the principle of contribution, benefit and safety, balance and role of the social insurance fund in the long term. On behalf of the National Assembly delegation of TayNinhTV Province, Mr. Phạm Hùng Thái received and explained the issues raised by voters.
And ladies and gentlemen, on the afternoon of May the 8th, the National Assembly Delegation of the TayNinhTV Province organized the event of the thematic voter contact conference with officials, civil servants, and department employees of the Culture, Sports and Tourism. And Ms. Hoàng Thị Thanh, Deputy Head of Provincial National Assembly Delegation, chaired the conference. At the conference, the voters contributed the contents in the draft law on the cultural heritage, such as adding more information about some concepts in the law, the need for some clarification number of words, phrases, and the phrases in the law, and some comments have been accepted and included in the comments of the draft law. In TayNinhTV City, there is a relic of the Palace Governor's House under private management, but the funding to restore and embellish the relic is stuck. The voters want the guidance on the allocation of funds to restore this relic area under private management. And Ms. Hoàng Thị Thanh Thúy, Deputy Head of the National Assembly Delegation, recorded the voters' opinions, synthesized and clarified them, and sent them to the competent authorities. And we also request comments to include some content in the draft law in the coming sections. And recently, the government office just announced the conclusion of the 8th meeting of the National Committee on Digital Transformation, including the content of the Prime Minister requesting 7 provinces and cities to waive or reduce the fees and charges on the online public services. Especially, the Prime Minister requests 7 people's committees of provinces and cities of An Giang, Cần Thơ, Đắk Nông, Kiên Giang, Sóc Trăng, Tây Ninh, and Hồ Chí Minh City to urgently submit to the People's Council at the same level to promulgate a resolution on exemption, reduce the fees and charges in using the online public services, and completed in May of 2024. The Prime Minister also requested the ministry agencies and localities to urgently consolidate the Digital Transformation Steering Committee before May the 10th, ensuring the strong, substantive, and effective operations. The ministry, the agencies, and localities study the experience of the Ministry of Public Security in implementing the Project 6, develop digital transformation projects of ministries and branches and also localities, ensuring connection with the Project 6 before June the 30th of 2024, and remove difficulties and obstacles, complete the implementation of 12 over 53 remaining essential public services, connect the information system to handle administrative procedures with the National Public Service Portal, monitoring system, measuring the level of service provision and the use. On the afternoon of May the 7th, TayNinhTV Provincial Post Office coordinated with TayNinhTV Social Insurance, Hoa Thanh Thao People's Committee to organize a key customer communication conference to voluntary social insurance and household insurance for the year of 2024. At the conference, the representatives of Vietnam Post Corporation were popularized and propagated the voluntary social insurance policy for the household insurance, the meaning and the importance of social insurance and the health insurance, the benefits, payment levels and the methods, and the subject participating in the voluntary social insurance. Along with that, the TayNinhTV Province Post Office also share about the implementation process with the social insurance and health insurance collection concerns. Participating in the conference, the customers were also protected by the agencies of the Provincial Social Security and Provincial Post Office to answer the questions and the problems share information on the way to access and support customer above information channels such as Bảo Việt Customer Care Hotline of Vietnam Social Insurance, Commune Insurance Electronic Information Portal, and the Vietnam Association, the service organization also. And ladies and gentlemen, from the initial good signs, up to now the motto of Trường Sa Island 70 milestone has been widely deployed with 14 motors at the primary and secondary schools in the area, and thereby helping them see the Trường Sa Island is not far away and love their fellows more. The Trường Sa Island 70 milestone motto was implemented by U Minh Châu District Youth Union in coordination with the primary school and secondary school in the area to promote educational activities of revolutionary ideals, patriotism, propaganda about the Island 70 for the team members and the pioneer councils and the peoples, demonstrating the responsibility of the generation in preserving the shared 70 of the seas and islands of the fatherland. And the models have the height of 2.8 meters and a total area of nearly 2.3 square meters, designed with the forms of concentric circles pointing towards the 70 milestone of the Trường Sa archipelago, expressing the consensus and solidarity of the people of Vietnamese and assembled by the students' hands under the guidance of the teachers.
On the morning of May 7, the organizing committee of Bà Đen Mountain Prince Festival in the year of Dragon 2024 have a conference to summarize these events, along with the attendances of Mr. Trần Văn Chiến, Vice Chairman of the Provincial People's Committee.
According to the organizing committee of Bà Đen Mountain Spring Festival, this year's festival attracted more than 1.5 million tons of visitors. On the opening day of Spring Festival, the fourth day of Lunar New Year, there were more than 200,000 tons of visitors. The opening ceremony of the Spring Festival was organized lawfully and majestically, attracting a large number of visitors. This year, relevant units are determined to overcome the shortcomings of previous years. I acknowledge and praise the efforts of the organizing committee of Bà Đen Mountain Spring Festival in the year of the Dragon 2024. In order to perform better in the following years, I request that the organizing committee, branches and localities continue to research and advise the Provincial People's Committee to organize the Spring Festival with many typical and diverse types of culture and arts, while still preserving the value of local traditional festival. On this occasion, many groups and individuals with achievements in organizing and serving the Bà Đen Mountain Spring Festival in the year of the Dragon 2024 received certificates of merit from the chairman of the Provincial People's Committee.
We change to other news. To increase the strength and management, the General Department of Taxation recommended that the State Bank researches and submits to competent authorities for regulation on compulsory non-cash payment for transaction gold trading service. Besides, close coordination between local agencies and departments, which is needed. Accordingly, the General Department of Taxation proposed to the People's Committee of Provinces and Cities, and the city directs the review and handling of violation at business establishments, and the seller did not promptly issue invoices to the buyer, and at the same time organize the supervision and inspection of maintenance and compliance of gold business establishments that have applied electronic invoices and created from cash register. The General Department of Taxation and the Ministry of Finance said from July the 1st of 2022, the electronic invoices have been deployed nationwide for the customer business and business household. 100% of businesses operate in the business sector of gold and silver have used electronic invoices, and after more than a year of development, according to the statistics, nationwide there are more than 53,000 business establishments applying the use electronic invoices created from cash register. The Quảng An Industrial Park wastewater treatment project lies in Do Quang Commune, Jolen District, Quảng Trị Province. The construction started in 2017 with a total investment capital of 104 billion Vietnam dong, expected to be completed and put into operation in 2020. However, up to now, the project has not been able to come into operation and still waiting for environmental permits. After a year of a lot of flying in rain and sun, lots of equipment and machines, and the hope of this 100 billion project was so size of damage, and recently, the project's investor is the Economic Joint Management Board of Quảng Trị Province continues to request an extension of the implementation process until the end of 2024. The reason is that the project needs some additions and adjustments items that serve as a basis for environmental licensing, include the article convert a part of biological lake into an emergency lake and arrange a waste house, store solid waste and hazardous waste separately with the design and storage bins according to the regulations. And Quảng Ngang Industrial Park was established in 2008, scale of over 218 hectares. After 16 years of operation, industrial park wastewater and this matter has not been yet resolved, and the locals were repeatedly reported wastewater from Quảng Ngang Industrial Park affecting the people's life and also the production activities in the area. In Sóc Trăng Province, the 2024 summer-autumn rice crop is a new production has been begun, but before the rice situation, some localities and regions lack fresh water for production, and the province is temporarily suspending sowing and waiting for widespread rain, and just started sowing seeds. In the rice fields of Mỹ Thuận commune of Mỹ Tú district, with the area of over 100 hectares this time last year, the farmers were sowing seeds, and the summer-autumn rice crop lasts for more than 10 days. However, this year, it was because of due to drought and lack of the fresh water for production, the agricultural sector has suffered, and farmers push back sowing time and wait for steady rain. And when salinity instruction decreases, the productions begin. The local authorities have recommended the sowing rules, and the canal in Mỹ Thuận commune, Mỹ Tú district, Sóc Trăng Province is salty. Input a concentration of 1.8 to 2 parts per thousand, and with this salinity pumped, rice plants will not grow in the fields for production. The farmers do not dare to sow the seeds yet. According to this year's summer-autumn rice crop plan, Sóc Trăng Province sold for 139,360 hectares have been sold, and to date, only 35,000 hectares have been sold, mainly in the low-lying areas with the active water sources. And based on the actual situation, the locality has postponed the sowing schedule to ensure the safety. For areas affected by drought and stormwater intrusions, and authorities are advising the people, especially the farmers, to delay sowing by 20 to 30 days when there was widespread rain or there is a shortage of fresh water, ensuring a stable supply for the new production. Sóc Trăng Province has had a few attacks in recent days. Unseasonal rain, but the amount of water is not large, and currently on some routes the canals in some areas in the area still have salinity level of 2 to 3,000, and the people need to strictly follow the recommendations reported by the authorities to minimize the negative impacts of the climate change to this year's summer-autumn rice crop.
Ladies and gentlemen, Hải Vân resistant blast furnace was built in 1951, located in a cave in Bến Sung Town, Như Thanh Mountainous District, Thanh Hóa Province. This is considered the first iron furnace to produce weapons, contributes to the Điện Biên Phủ victory, miracles of Vietnamese militaries at that time. This rallies a historic testimonies of our enemies and people in the resistance wars against the French colonial bliss and for national independences.
September 1951, Vietnam Military Ordnance Department, Ministries of National Defense, built a blast furnace to produce iron in a cave in Bến Sung Town. It was later named Hải Vân Resistant Blast Furnace. Hundreds of tons of machinery, equipment, and material from factories in Nghệ An and Hà Nam was transferred here for reconstruction. The first Baroque gun produced here was brought in to have our soldier defeat an enemy battalion in Hải Vân Pass. So after that, people named it as Hải Vân Resistant Blast Furnace as a commemoration. Later, the commune was installed and took the name Hải Vân. In just a short time, the iron casting furnace with the code number NX3 was installed and put into operation. It produced 3 tons of the cast iron per day to supply weapon factories. According to the statistics from the end of 1951 to July 1954, Hải Vân Blast Furnace produced nearly 500 tons of cast iron, meeting the reduction requirement of weapons such as mines, grenade, mortar, and bazooka bullets serving the battlefield. The French attacked here, but the blast furnace was not affected because no matter how many bombs were thrown, they still couldn't fall here. It scaffolding into the riverbed, and it's were the same out there. Even though there were bombs all around, there were no damage, especially fortunately there was no loss of life. After the eventful victory in December 1954, the high-resistant blast furnace stopped operating. With these historical values, in 2013, the Ministries of Culture, Sport and Tourism ranked the high-resistant blast furnace as a national historical relic. By 2015, Thanh Province implemented the project to reserve, restore and promote the values of this monument.
And ladies and gentlemen, nowadays the transportation network is increasingly widespread along with the increase of vehicles and traffic volume lead to many complications on the rural roads. Implementing the project to advance regular police to take on the position of commune police. To date, the provincial police has placed for 496 Mr. officials in 71 over 71 communes. Officials and soldiers assigned to the position of commune police are promoting their effectiveness also, contributing greatly to ensuring the security, order and traffic safety at the grassroots. And in the first quarter of 2024, the commune police force recorded for 67 cases and issued decisions to sanction for 25 cases with a total amount of over 34 million Vietnam dong. We also mobilize departments and organizations to focus on propaganda work and mobilize the people to convey information related to the work of ensuring the traffic order and safety so that the people can convey it to others and their family also, and to comply strictly when participating in the traffic in the area. In addition, patrol work reminds the coordination with the departments and unions that, as well as military border guards, patrol for regularly. We sometimes patrol for 2 to 3 times a day with this operation and plan to maintain its monthly in the area. Up to this point, compared to 2023, the situation of traffic accidents and traffic collisions has been reduced. In addition to participating in patrolling, controlling and handling violations of traffic order and safety, the commune police force also promotes propaganda and legal education for the masses of compliance with the road traffic law of the government and proactively advise on the strict management on road traffic safety corridors and rural traffic rules also. If the commune receives a traffic fine, I welcome it so that the people can know about the traffic violation. Along with the entire province, the commune police force is increasingly promoting its role effectively in ensuring the security, order and the traffic safety also, contributing to reducing the traffic accidents on the road in the province, and at the same time building a traffic culture for the people so that the people can participate in traffic with the spirits of respecting the law, especially the traffic law.
That's all for today, TTV News. Thank you for being with us and goodbye for now.